Talking about mismanagement, another controversy has broken out at the Australian Open. The organisers have come under fire again, this time for banning activists who were protesting against China. We spoke to them earlier today, those activists in Australia. They said that they were bullied because of a T-shirt that asked the question, "Where is Peng Shuai?" And that's not the only problem between China and Australia. Prime Minister Scott Morrison's WeChat account has been hijacked. Beijing has a response for that too. Our next report tells you more.
The shirt off? Can you just show us the shirt?
This video is going viral on the internet. It's from the Australian Open.
The shirt off? Can you just
Some
show us the
attendees
shirt?
are wearing special T-shirts. They ask, where is Peng Shuai, one of China's top tennis stars who accused a former vice premier of sexual assault. China has been trying to erase this story and bury the hashtag, where is Peng Shuai? Now it has surfaced in the Australian Open.
Is there someone else
the organisers don't like it. They send security to deal with these protesters.
Okay, so the Peng Shuai banner, that's the Peng Shuai banner, right? So it's being confiscated by the event management because it's too political? Yeah, political?
That shrug was self-explanatory.
Yeah, okay.
Intimidation and bullying followed.
She's asking her to turn
Max
around.
Mock was one of the activists behind the Peng Shuai T-shirt. He claims the T-shirts were too political for the organisers.
Yeah,
So they called in the police.
I mean, regardless.
They were asking my activist friend to take the shirt off. You know, they wanted all T-shirts with the "Where's Peng Shuai" message to be gone in an instant. So I can only assume they were asking us to remove the T-shirt by any way necessary. So that really escalated from there. And then we asked to talk to the management because he kept saying it's a decision by the management, this decision by Tennis Australia. He kept saying it. So we asked to talk to the management, but instead we got the police.
From the venue, Mock called up a friend for help. The activist, Drew Pavlou, was on the phone when police officers arrived. He says the actions of these cops infringe on the freedom of speech of Australians.
It's quite shocking that the Australian Open would invent the pretext that this is somehow unacceptable political messaging, and then they would actually call in the police to try and intimidate and bully young activists. And so it's really a shocking, it's a shocking attack on freedom of speech in Australia. And we have heard from lawyers today in the Australian press who are saying there's a very strong case that this may breach human rights legislation in Victoria and in Australia.
The organisers may have managed to get rid of the Peng Shuai T-shirts, but they're still reeling under the criticism that followed. Tennis star Martina Navratilova called the organisers weak and said that Tennis Australia was capitulating to China. The story of the T-shirts reached Beijing too. It did not make them happy.
China has consistently opposed the sort of politicization of sports. There is no support for this sort of action, and it will not succeed.
Meanwhile, Australia's Prime Minister Scott Morrison is complaining about China. His WeChat account has been hijacked and renamed to New Life for Chinese Australians. The account now has a new Chinese owner. He says he bought Morrison's account and will now use it to promote Chinese life in Australia. Can the Australian Prime Minister's WeChat account be sold like this? Who is responsible for this blunder? Beijing says Morrison should take it up with WeChat.
The issue of the relevant Australian politicians' WeChat accounts is between them and WeChat. I will not comment here.
What does WeChat say? It claims there is a dispute over the account's ownership. An Australian lawmaker didn't mince his words when he said that this is a clear case of censorship and foreign interference. Diplomatic ties between Australia and China are already at an all-time low. But it hasn't dented China's influence in Australia. They can prevail on sports bodies and hijack the Prime Minister's social media. Bureau Report, WION World is One.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.